Okay, ready to dive in. Today we're tackling engineering assistant interviews, and we've got some awesome resources from RoleCatcher to help us out.
We do.
Their career and interview guides, plus a peek at their AI tools, should give us a good look at what it takes to land this job.
It's all about giving you the tools to really impress those hiring managers.
So let's get right into it. RoleCatcher gave us 10 common interview questions we can use to practice.
Sounds good.
The first one is, can you describe your experience with CAD software?
This is where you prove your technical skills. Don't just list off programs.
Right.
Tell a story about how you've used CAD. What did you accomplish? What software are you proficient in?
So instead of just saying, I know AutoCAD, I could say something like, I used AutoCAD to design a rainwater harvesting system for my senior project, and it won an award.
Exactly. That proves you can use the software to solve real-world problems.
And get results.
Yeah.
What about follow-up questions? I bet they'll ask me to explain a specific project or challenge I faced using CAD.
You always need to be ready to go deeper. Have a project in mind that shows your problem-solving skills. How did you use CAD to overcome obstacles and make decisions?
Okay, on to question 2. How do you prioritize your tasks when given multiple projects to work on simultaneously?
Time management. That's important for any job, especially in a fast-paced engineering environment.
For sure.
Show them you have a system. Explain how you figure out what's urgent, how you deal with deadlines, and how you stay organized.
Instead of just saying, I'm a good multitasker, I could say, I use a priority matrix to figure out which tasks are urgent and important. Then I make a schedule and break down big projects into smaller steps.
Perfect. That shows you take prioritizing seriously.
What about follow-ups? Maybe they'll ask for an example of how I handled conflicting priorities.
Have a story ready. Think of a time you had to juggle multiple deadlines or deal with surprise issues. Explain how you adapted, reprioritized, and kept everyone in the loop.
All right, question number 3. How do you ensure accuracy in your work?
Attention to detail is so important in engineering.
Absolutely, mistakes can be costly.
Exactly. So they need to know you take accuracy seriously. Don't just say, I'm careful.
Right.
Walk them through your process.
So I could say, I double-check all calculations, verify data against different sources, and use checklists. If I'm unsure about something, always ask the engineer before moving forward.
That highlights specific techniques and shows your dedication to accuracy.
Okay, question number 4. Can you describe a time when you had to troubleshoot a technical issue? Problem solving in action.
Choose an example that shows off your technical knowledge and how you think under pressure.
Okay.
Walk them through the steps, the resources you used, and how you found the solution.
So like if I had to troubleshoot a broken sensor during a lab experiment, I would explain how I checked every part, look at the manual, and worked with my team to find and replace the bad sensor.
That's it. You've shown your technical expertise, teamwork, and problem-solving process.
I'm seeing a trend here. It's all about specific examples.
Yep. Interviewers want evidence, not just claims.
Makes sense. All right, question number 5. Can you describe your experience with project management? This might be tough if you haven't officially managed a project before.
True, but you can still talk about your experience contributing to projects.
Okay.
Explain how you helped with planning, scheduling, documentation, or communication.
So I could say something like, I haven't led a big project yet, but I supported the project manager in my last role by making timelines, organizing files, and tracking progress.
Exactly. Initiative and a willingness to learn are big pluses.
What about follow-up questions? They might ask about my favorite project management methods or how I handle scope changes.
Be ready to talk about your approach to organization and adapting to change. You can mention methods like Agile or Waterfall, even if you don't have much experience. Just emphasize your willingness to learn new styles.
Got it. Question number 6 is, can you describe a time when you had to collaborate with other departments or teams?
This is all about your communication skills and how well you work with different people.
Right. Engineering projects involve lots of different teams.
Exactly. Pick a situation where you worked well with people from other departments.
So if I had to work with the electrical engineering team on a project, I could talk about how I facilitated communication between our teams, organized meetings, and made sure everyone understood the requirements.
Perfect. You've shown that you can bridge communication gaps and work across different disciplines.
What kind of follow-up questions should I expect here?
They might ask about challenges you faced during collaboration or how you handled disagreements.
Okay.
Be ready to talk about your conflict resolution skills and your ability to find common ground.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
We've already gone through 6 questions.
We have.
I'm already feeling more confident.
Yeah.
I want to circle back to something you mentioned before. RoleCatcher's AI tools.
Yes. Their AI can analyze job descriptions to help you create a great resume and practice your answers.
So for this engineering assistant role, it would find keywords in the job posting and suggest ways to work those into my answers.
Exactly. It's like having a cheat sheet for each interview. It can also analyze your practice answers and give you feedback.
Wow, that's really helpful, especially if you get nervous during interviews.
Absolutely. It's a great way to build your confidence.
Okay, let's get back to the questions. Question number 7 is, can you describe a time when you had to work under a tight deadline?
This one's about showcasing your ability to work under pressure, prioritize tasks, and still deliver results.
Okay.
Choose a situation where you met the deadline without sacrificing quality or accuracy.
So instead of just saying, I'm a good worker under pressure, I could say, we had to finalize some technical drawings for a client presentation with almost no time to spare.
Yeah.
I made a schedule, delegated tasks, and made sure everything was done on time and to the highest standards.
That's great. It shows your time management, leadership, and dedication to quality.
What kind of follow-up questions could they ask?
Maybe about the strategies you used to stay on track or how you dealt with any surprises.
Right.
Be ready to talk about your problem-solving skills and your ability to adapt.
Okay. Feeling prepared for that deadline question.
Yeah.
Now for question number 8, can you describe your experience with data analysis and modeling? This one seems a bit intimidating, especially early in your career.
It's okay if you don't have tons of experience.
Okay.
Focus on showing that you understand the basic principles of data analysis. Talk about any coursework, projects, or internships where you worked with data.
So if I don't have much experience with data modeling, I could say most of my data analysis experience is from school projects. But I'm good at using spreadsheets to manage and visualize data, and I'm learning Python to improve my data analysis skills.
Perfect. That shows you have basic knowledge and you're working to learn more.
What about follow-up questions?
They might ask about specific data analysis tools you've used or your experience with statistical methods.
Right.
Be ready to talk about software like Excel, R, or Python, and brush up on basic statistical concepts like mean, median, and standard deviation. Even if you don't have much experience, show them that you're excited about data analysis.
Okay, on to question number 9. Can you describe your experience with regulatory compliance in the engineering industry? That's a big one.
It is. It's about showing that you understand industry standards and regulations.
Well, what if I haven't worked directly with compliance procedures?
Even then, you need to show that you understand the importance of compliance and ethical practices.
I see.
You could say, I know how important regulatory compliance is for safety and ethics. I've taken classes on engineering ethics and standards, and I'm committed to staying updated on the latest guidelines.
And that my work will meet the highest standards.
Exactly. You could also mention specific regulations that are relevant to the industry you want to work in, or talk about any research you've done on compliance best practices.
Good point. What about follow-up questions?
They might ask about specific compliance challenges you faced or how you stay updated on changes in regulations.
Got it. Be ready to talk about my research methods.
Exactly. You could mention professional organizations, industry publications, or online databases that you use to stay informed.
Okay, ready for the last question in this round. It's, can you describe your experience managing a team of engineers? This one seems a little odd for an assistant position.
You're right. It's more common for more senior roles.
Okay.
But it's a good way for them to see your potential as a leader and how well you understand team dynamics.
So even if I haven't officially managed a team, I can still use examples where I showed leadership.
Exactly. Think about group projects, volunteer work, or any time you took charge, delegated tasks, or motivated others.
So I could say, I haven't had a formal management role yet, but I've led teams for different projects in school. I'm comfortable delegating, collaborating, and making sure everyone uses their strengths. I believe in clear communication and a positive team environment.
That's great. It really highlights your potential as a leader.
Wow, we covered a lot. I'm already feeling much more prepared to answer those questions.
Me too.
Before we move on, I want to emphasize how helpful RoleCatcher's AI tools can be.
Yes. They can really help you fine-tune your answers and stand out in a competitive job market.
And their career guide is full of insights about different career stages and how to move up in the field.
It is. In the next part of our deep dive, we'll take a closer look at those career insights and explore how RoleCatcher's AI can help you land your dream job.
Okay, we've tackled those interview questions. Now I'm curious about the bigger picture. Where can this engineering assistant role actually lead?
That's where RoleCatcher's career guide comes in. They've laid out a typical career path, all the way from junior assistant to a leadership role.
So there's room to grow in this role. It's not just a stepping stone.
Definitely. Let's take a look at those stages. As a junior engineering assistant, you'll be supporting experiments, gathering data, and building those essential skills.
Sounds like a great chance to learn from experienced engineers and see how projects work from start to finish.
Exactly. And as you become an engineering assistant, you'll take on more responsibility. You'll be managing technical files, keeping an eye on project progress, and even preparing reports and presentations.
So I'll be doing more than just making copies. I'll be involved in the entire project.
You're a crucial part of the team. As you gain experience, you can move up to senior engineering assistant. There, you'll mentor newer team members, develop project plans, and contribute to research.
Okay, now we're talking. Leading projects, guiding others, making a real difference. What comes after that?
The top spot is lead engineering assistant. At this level, you're in charge of entire projects, working with stakeholders, developing strategies, and leading teams across different departments.
Wow, from helping with experiments to leading big projects, that's quite a journey.
It is, and RoleCatcher doesn't just show you the path, they highlight the skills and experience you need for each step. They even have profiles of people in these roles so you can see what success looks like in the real world.
That's helpful. It feels more achievable when you know the steps and see real examples.
Absolutely. And remember, continuous learning is key to moving up that ladder. The guide also talks about certifications like Project Management Professional, PMP, and Certified Quality Engineer, CQE. Those can really boost your career.
So it's not just about experience on the job, it's also about actively improving my skills and knowledge.
Exactly. Let's go back to those interview questions with this career path in mind.
Yeah.
You want to show interviewers that you're not just qualified for the role today, but that you have the drive and potential to grow with the company. Ready for the next question?
Absolutely. Let's hear.
Okay. Question number 7 is, can you describe a time when you had to work under a tight deadline? This is a classic question, but it's your chance to show that you can deliver results even when things are hectic.
I remember at my last internship, we had to finish a technical report for a client presentation with almost no time to spare. I created a detailed schedule, divided the report into sections, and gave tasks to team members based on their strengths. We got the report done on time, and the client was happy.
Great example. You've shown initiative, teamwork, and that you're focused on results. Now, they might ask about specific challenges you faced or how you handled the pressure.
You're right. I could mention how we ran into some technical problems, but I stayed calm, communicated clearly with the team, and found solutions to keep us on track.
Perfect. Now you're highlighting your problem-solving skills and ability to stay focused under pressure. Let's move on to question number 8. Can you describe your experience with data analysis and modeling?
This one makes me a little nervous because I mostly have experience with data analysis from school projects.
That's okay. Just focus on showing that you understand the basic ideas of data analysis and that you're eager to learn more. You could say, most of my experience with data analysis comes from school projects, but I'm good at using spreadsheets to manage and visualize data, and I'm learning Python to improve my data analysis skills.
That sounds good. It shows I have a foundation and I'm working to learn more.
Exactly. They'll like that proactive approach. Be ready for follow-up questions about specific tools or statistical methods you've used.
Okay, I'll review those concepts and be ready with examples. What's next?
Question number 9 is, can you describe your experience with regulatory compliance in the engineering industry?
This is a really important area, but I haven't worked directly with compliance procedures. How should I answer this one?
Focus on showing that you understand industry standards and that you're committed to doing things the right way. You could say, I understand how important regulatory compliance is for safety and ethics. I've taken classes on engineering ethics and standards, and I'm committed to staying updated on the latest guidelines.
And that my work will meet the highest standards.
Exactly. You could also mention specific regulations for the industry you're interested in, or talk about any research you've done on compliance best practices.
Good idea. What about follow-up questions?
They might ask about compliance challenges you faced, or how you stay informed about changes. You can mention professional organizations, industry publications, or online databases that you use.
Okay, got it. Prepared for the compliance question. What's next?
Last question for this part is, can you describe your experience managing a team of engineers? Now, this might seem strange for an assistant role, but it's a chance to show them you have leadership potential.
Even though I haven't officially managed a team, I've definitely had experiences where I took on leadership roles, like in group projects in school. I could talk about how I delegated tasks, made sure everyone worked together, and ensured everyone used their strengths.
That's a great example. You're showing them you're comfortable taking initiative and working well with others.
What about follow-up questions? They might ask about challenges I faced in leading teams or how I deal with conflict.
Be prepared to talk about your leadership style, communication skills, and how you handle tough situations professionally. Mention techniques like active listening, respectful communication, and finding common ground.
Okay, I feel much better about that question now. It's amazing how these career insights from RoleCatcher have helped me shape my answers and show my potential for growth.
It's all about connecting your experiences to the skills they need. And remember, RoleCatcher's AI can help you refine your answers and highlight those key areas. We'll explore those AI tools in more depth in the next part of our deep dive.
All right, final part of our engineering assistant interview prep deep dive. We've covered a lot, from those tricky interview questions to mapping out your career path. Now let's talk about RoleCatcher's AI-powered tools. Those sound like they can really help me stand out.
They can. It's like having a personal career coach who helps you with everything from your resume to practicing interview answers.
So like a virtual assistant for my job search, guiding me every step of the way.
Exactly. Let's start with the resume. RoleCatcher's AI looks at job descriptions and figures out the key skills employers want. Then it helps you highlight those skills on your resume so you're speaking their language.
So it's not just about listing my skills. It's about showing them in a way that's relevant to the job I want.
Yes. It's about making sure they see what they're looking for. And the AI does more than just keywords. It looks at the whole structure and content of your resume, suggesting ways to make it stronger.
That's really cool. It takes the guesswork out of writing a resume and helps me look my best.
And there's more. RoleCatcher's AI can help you practice your interview answers, too. You can record yourself answering common questions, and the AI will analyze your responses. It can even give you feedback on your body language.
Wait, it looks at my body language, too. How does that work?
It's amazing. The AI can pick up on things like eye contact, posture, and facial expressions. It helps you look confident and professional during the interview.
Like a virtual mock interview with an expert.
Exactly. You can practice as much as you need and get feedback each time. It's a great way to boost your confidence and make sure you're ready for the real thing.
So RoleCatcher's AI helps me build a great resume and practice my answers. What else can it do?
Remember those career insights from RoleCatcher's guide? Well, their AI can help you use those insights to make a job search plan that's right for you.
How so?
Let's say you want to be a senior engineering assistant in a few years. You can tell RoleCatcher that's your goal, and the AI will suggest skills to develop, certifications to get, and even job openings that match what you want.
Wow. It's like a personal roadmap for my career, guiding me towards my dream job.
Exactly. And it changes as you gain experience and your goals change.
This is amazing. I feel so much more prepared to tackle this job search. But once I get the job, how can I make sure I keep up in this fast-changing field?
Continuous learning is key. Remember those certifications we discussed, like the PMP and CQE? Investing in yourself is crucial for long-term success.
And RoleCatcher's guide can tell me which certifications are best for different career paths.
Yes. It also talks about staying up to date on trends, going to conferences, and joining professional organizations.
So it's not just about getting the job, it's about constantly learning and growing.
Exactly. And RoleCatcher's resources are there to help you every step of the way, from your first interview to advancing your career years down the line.
This has been an awesome deep dive. I feel so much more confident and prepared to tackle this job search. Thanks to RoleCatcher's insights and AI tools, I'm ready to make a difference in engineering.
You've got this. Embrace the challenge, stay curious, and keep learning.
Great advice. To all our listeners out there, good luck with your engineering assistant interviews. We're cheering for you.